For a long time, waiting felt like the safest option. I didn't see it as avoiding anything, I saw it as being careful. I told myself that not choosing was actually a choice. That if something mattered enough, that it would work out on its own, without me having to say anything. Waiting felt calm. It felt mature. It felt like I was being respectful of other people's space, their feelings, their timing. And for a while, that belief made sense to me. I didn't want to rush things. I didn't want to force anything. I didn't want to be the person who made things uncomfortable by saying something too soon. So I waited. I waited for signs. I waited for the right moment. I waited for things to feel obvious enough that I wouldn't have to risk being wrong. And the more I waited, the more normal it felt. Waiting became my default. If I liked someone, I waited. If I wasn't sure how someone felt, I waited. If something mattered to me but felt uncertain, I waited. I told myself that patience was a virtue, that good things take time, that if I was meant to be somewhere in someone's life, I wouldn't have to force it. But looking back now, I can see that waiting wasn't always patience. A lot of the time, it was fear, that had learned how to sound reasonable. I wasn't afraid in the way people usually imagine fear. I wasn't panicking, I wasn't anxious all the time. I was afraid of disrupting something that felt fragile. Afraid of saying the wrong thing and changing how someone saw me. Afraid of finding how what I felt wasn't shared. Waiting protected me from that. As long as I didn't have to choose, I didn't have to face an answer. I could stay in the space where things were undefined, where hope still existed, where nothing was confirmed or denied. And that space felt safe. But it was also quiet. Too quiet. Over time, I started to confuse silence with peace. I thought that because I wasn't causing conflict, I was doing the right thing. I thought that because I wasn't pushing, I was being considerate. I didn't realize that I was slowly training myself to ignore what I wanted. Waiting taught me how to minimize my own feelings, how to stay close without being honest, how to convince myself that almost was enough. And the hardest part is that waiting doesn't seem like a mistake while you're doing it. It feels responsible. It feels mature. It feels like you're being the bigger person. You don't notice the cost until later, when you look back and realize how many moments passed without you ever stepping into them. I don't think that waiting is always wrong. Sometimes patience is really patience. Sometimes timing matters. But I have learned that waiting becomes a problem when it's only there to protect you from being honest. Because patience doesn't protect you from regret, it just delays it. I didn't understand it back then. I just knew that staying quiet felt safer than choosing and possibly being wrong. And for a long time, safety felt more important than truth.